What is going on, everyone? Happy New Year. It's been a while, actually, since we last streamed, apart from the 3-year anniversary stream. It's been 29th of December was the last time we did a live stream, which I didn't actually realise it had been that long until I literally just checked. Obviously, we had the busy Christmas period. Now we're into a bit of normality, at least for like 2 game weeks. We've got a midweek game coming up before the end of January, I think. So we're going to have another quick turnaround soon. Then we've got that weird 2-week game week in February. So we'll figure all that out. But right now we're back. It seems, you know what, the break is good. I was actually really looking forward to coming and streaming tonight. Not that I don't usually, of course, but sometimes, yeah, it's nice to have a little enforced break. I've got a new setup as well, which you guys can't tell at all. Although I feel like it sounds a bit more echoey, maybe because of where I've moved around in the room. So the new setup looks awesome, but you can't see a single thing because I've got a green screen behind me still. So if you've seen it on Twitter, it's a new desk, a lot more space. Got 2 new monitors coming soon for chat, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So how are we all? It's game week 22. I've got a transfer to make. It's going to be a goalkeeper transfer. Very boring. Madison caused me a little bit of a headache, maybe. But we'll talk about that in a minute. FPL got too hectic. The rest is refreshing. As I said on my streams during December, I didn't get sick of the football, but the days when there was like 3 or 4 games in a day, I couldn't watch them all. I could not watch them all by the end of it. It was just so much in such a quick succession. But yeah, we still got half the season to go. Let's not forget that. We've got double game weeks, chips to use, and all that good stuff as well. So there's plenty of good stuff to look forward to. My rank is still awful, as you can see on the screen. 532k is rubbish. There was a tweet over Christmas. I can't remember who it's from now. I really should remember names, but someone in the chat will remember. Basically showing your percentage chance of finishing at a certain rank based on previous seasons. You know, like if you're 500k now, how likely is it you're going to finish top 10k? Well, it was something like 0%. It's probably more like 0.3, 0.4 or something like that. But it said 0%, so that's disheartening. And I've basically gone down over Christmas. I started about 510k. I think now I'm 532 after 4 game weeks. So green arrow in the last week, but red arrows before that. So pretty awful. Before we jump into putting my chat and stuff up, chat and team and stuff up, we'll quickly talk about our sponsor, OneFootball, still sponsoring the channel. Absolute legends. Michael at OneFootball, shout out to you. He's the guy that I've been emailing and talking to back and forth. Which isn't important for this, but I thought I'd let you know anyway. I've even got an updated video with, as you may not have seen at the start, had Harry Maguire injured. So the news is up to date. So all your football news, team news, lineup news, live scores is the thing that I like it for most when I'm out and about at the weekend. So if you want to give it a go, it's completely free. Android, iOS, search OneFootball, or just click the link in the description below. You can see it's a great app on screen. Give it a go. If you don't like it, you can always uninstall it, but I think you will like it. So completely free. Give it a try. Okay, here we go. This is how we're lining up. Vardy captain, currently. That may change. Madison, potentially injured. We don't know yet. I think Brendan Rodgers said something like, I don't know, basically. He said, let me find the exact quote for anyone that hasn't seen it. And let's hope I can find it quick, so I should already be prepared. Harry Kane out till April, by the way. Massive blow for Spurs. Where is it? I had this saved earlier because I was doing the team news setup for tomorrow for Scout. Oh, yeah. Brendan Rodgers, when asked after the Villa game if James Maddison had picked up an injury, yeah, he did. I haven't seen anyone yet straight after the game, so I'll find out when I go back. So he should have a press conference tomorrow. And hopefully we'll get some news on him. So I'm probably not going to transfer him out if he is injured because I have 2.1 million in the bank. So I could potentially get someone. But I think I'll end up using it as an excuse to get Salah, to be honest. I can do Rashford to Calvert-Lewin and Maddison to Salah. I just don't want to do it this week because it's for a hit. And obviously Rashford's got Norwich. But he could be okay, and if he is, he's got 3 good fixtures. So unless we get definite news that he's out, I'm not going to move on him, to be honest. Who do I think will play up front for Spurs? I'm not sure Mourinho is going to trust Troy Parrott consistently, unless he brings him on maybe as a sub and does well. Maybe he'll give him a bit of a run in the team, but you'd imagine he'll just play Son or Moura up front. We'll see, but that would be my guess. Obviously, Son's been suspended, so he's had a massive rest. This week is not the greatest week to bring him in, of course, because it's Liverpool. But yeah, Son could do well, and Spurs could do well without Kane in the team. Under Mourinho, I don't know, but under Pochettino, they did really well before. Obviously, Lucas Moura smashed it, in fact, especially in the Champions League and stuff. My 3-year-old activated my free hit this week. Oh, man, David. I feel for you. You sure it was your 3-year-old? Or had you had a few too many beers? I feel for you. But look, I guess it's done. You can do something a bit funky if you wanted to. Maybe go without Liverpool players. Probably not that wise. Would you captain Jimenez over Vardy this week if you had him? No, probably not. The thing with Vardy is, I was chatting, going to do a nice segue here. Yeah, you can cancel the free hit, can you? Or can you? Some of the chips you can't cancel once you've hit them. That might, yeah, because you have to confirm it, don't you? It's not like hitting triple captain. Anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, nice segue here. We were chatting about Vardy captain in the Patreon Slack earlier. If you want to sign up for that, link is in the description below. We'll do the proper images and stuff in a minute. But obviously, Southampton defensively are actually doing okay recently. If you have a look, the amount of goals they're conceding. They conceded, what is it? They haven't conceded more than one since game week 16 against Newcastle. And they've barely conceded more than 2 since that Leicester game, to be honest. Since that Leicester game they got smashed, they've not conceded more than 2. The thing is, if Leicester score, it's going to be Vardy, and he's going to get bonus points, unless Ings scores, in which case it's impossible to get 3. So I think defensively they've been okay, Southampton, but Leicester are like one of the best teams in the league. Vardy's had a bit of a rest as well. Obviously, he played in the cup, but yeah, I still think Vardy's a great option. This is what I kind of said in the Slack, was it feels like not captaining Vardy because of how good Southampton are defensively is maybe overthinking a bit. But yeah, like Business Cat said, in terms of shots conceded, I think Southampton are like 3rd in the last 4 game weeks, at least for shots conceded in the box, which is pretty impressive. So yeah, maybe Vardy's not a good option, but at home, I don't know. I feel like he's going to do fine. The one player that I might switch it to, Rashford. If Pogba or even McTominay were playing, I'd be a lot more tempted to put on Rashford. I think we did well against Norwich last time we played. Different Norwich team now, maybe a bit more sound defensively, but I think Man United will do okay in that game. Although morale probably down at the moment, how bad we're doing. So that's an option. But I think De Bruyne against Villa, the amount of... I know Villa have changed formation, and I know maybe they've looked better defensively, but they are still conceding a ton of shots. They've been pretty much top of shots conceded in the box for the whole season. This is Man City. This is Kevin De Bruyne. He is a bit tempting. Yeah, if Maddison is out, that also affects Vardy. So it's like a double whammy for my team, really. Also worth pointing out that Leicester stuck 9 past them. Yeah, but since then, like I said, they haven't conceded more than 2. And it's not like they've played awful teams. So since that 9-0 smashing, I mean, the next game was Man City, and they only conceded 2. They played Everton, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs. Obviously, they beat Spurs 1-0. So I think they're doing okay. I still think Leicester will win. Like I don't really have too many doubts about that, to be honest. If they're going to win, Vardy's going to have to score, i.e. points. So I think Vardy is probably still the standout this week. But De Bruyne and whichever striker plays, maybe even Sterling against Villa, they've got to be options too. I think Sterling could, if you've got Sterling, I think he could be a massive shout this week. Away from home, Villa, looking good. By the way, does the sound sound different to you? I feel like it sounds more echoey. Even though I'm in the same room. I'm literally here instead of here. Maybe it is. Maybe it's the way the walls are. Because now I've got space around me. I can almost like swim. I don't know. It sounds okay. It just sounds a bit more echoey. Maybe I need to get some foam padding. Anyway, that's boring stuff. If the stream's lagging, there's not much I can do, to be honest. We just have to weather it, hope for the best. Okay, maybe it just sounds different to me. Slight reverb. Okay. That's really weird. I've not even got my sound turned up that loud. Anyway, I'll maybe work on that. I've ordered a mic stand. It's like €11 bargain. So yeah. Anyway, that's a boring chat for you. Good defender under 4.5 million. Probably Holgate, right? I think he's probably the best. Because Kelly, he might lose his place soon. Rico is rubbish, or Bournemouth are rubbish. So probably Holgate. 4.4. I don't think he's gone up in price. Have a quick look. So going to be honest, I've not really been looking at price changes like this last week. Yeah, 4.4 still. What do I think of Sarr from Watford? I think he's a decent shout. Let me check the... Oh jeez, he got so many injuries. I don't actually know what the fixtures are like. They're not too bad. By the way, I've got an Alexa on my desk. It just flashes sometimes when I'm streaming. Like I've said Alexa when I haven't. I have now. That scares me that she's listening. Yeah, the fixtures are okay. I think Sarr's a pretty decent option for the price. Comparable to someone like Traore, I suppose. Arguably, stats-wise, you should be going for Sarr. Vardy's price did drop, I saw that. 10 million. I like that, to be honest, ahead of Southampton. Should you be more conservative with your captain choice for your high rank? Honestly, that depends how you want to play. Like, there will be a bunch of people that will do that. And I'm probably one of them. You get to a high rank, top 10k or whatever, you play safe. And I don't like the term play safe, because play safe implies you're picking a player you think is going to score points. That's basically what when people say you're playing safe, generally what they're saying is you've picked a player that's likely to score points. I'm going to try and be clever and get someone that's going to potentially score more. Which obviously is the aim of the game, but if you think Vardy's going to smash it again, captain him again. But yeah, you can play safe if you're in the top 10k, but other people, you know, Luke, for example, right? Fantasy Football Scout Luke. Now he plays FPL kind of as his second game, so he's a bit more, I don't know, different when he plays, differential like territory. But like he would see it as he's in the top 10k now. This is how he would see it. He's in the top 10k. Will he play it safe to stay there? No. I want to take risks to get to number 1. At the end of the day, you need a bit of luck, a bit of risk to do it. So it depends what you want to do, really. Depends what kind of manager you are. Keep Ings in the team even against strong Leicester defence. Yeah, this is another case of not really wanting to overthink it. Plus, you know, I've seen a lot of people with great team value who've got ridiculous 8 attackers, which I don't have. I have Dendonkers. So if you're looking at my team thinking, should you or should you not play Ings? Here's the options. Either you think that he's going to score, in which case, well, is Soyuncu a good bet? Well, I could bench Soyuncu, but I still think he's a better option than Rico. And if Soyuncu gets the clean sheet, fair enough. Ings blanks maybe, but whatever. I'm not really expecting Rico to get too many points. So then it's Dendonker or Kelly. I'm not expecting Kelly to get anything either. And Dendonker, I'm pretty much hoping for a header from a corner because he's reverse out of position. So he might play in midfield, but you think he'd most likely go back to centre back. So I think I'm just going to play Ings. Hope that Ings and Soyuncu get returns, basically. If you could have someone in your team who you don't already have, who would you choose? So if I was picking someone for this game week, I would get Sterling in. But for long term, I'd get my other third Liverpool player. Like, you know, I always say, no matter what anyone says in chat, Man United tends to be a tough fixture. And, we saw it. I think Man United are the only team to take points from Liverpool in forever. And that's not to say that they'll beat them, but they will keep the score down. But Maguire's out as well now. Could be a big risk. So getting Salah in could be an option. And it could be another clean sheet for Liverpool, to be honest. So yeah, 2 players. I get Sterling if it was a player for this week only. Longer term, though, I'd probably just get my third Liverpool player in. I still haven't decided whether to get Salah or Robertson. If I get Salah, it's either in for De Bruyne or a Maddison. Neither of which I massively like. Maybe Maddison, because he's got 3 tougher fixtures after the next 3. And I don't have to do it this week. Or I get Robertson in for Rico and save some cash with Rashford still anyway. Or Kelly, whoever it might be. Any thoughts on what you're likely to go ahead, on where you're likely to go ahead of Liverpool's double game week? Yeah, triple captain, almost certainly. I just want more than 3 points. If Salah turns around and gets me, or Mane turns around and gets me an assist, job done. That's my highest triple captain score. But I think I'll probably use it because, I don't know, I just feel like sometimes you go with the info you've got. There could be a better... Do you know what I mean? If Leicester, for example, got a nice double game week, Vardy's going to play both games, he's on penalties, that could be ideal, but that's a what if. What if they get that? I don't think we're going to know by game week 24 either from what I've read. I really need to read up on it a bit more. I tend to try and not think about the double game weeks until I absolutely have to, but it is good to obviously know the permutations. I saw a ages ago an article that said defenders are the best value on a double game week, so maybe Robertson. It's tough to go against Salah. I mean, Salah looks so good in the last game. Who was it against? Well, they won 2-0. Sheffield United. But again, they look so good, but Mane came through, as always. So I don't know. I know what will happen. If I go Salah, I will captain Salah, and that will super annoy me that I didn't just go with Mane. Glad to hear it, Momo. Back-to-back 24 points from Trent would be nice. Yeah. I mean, it's not going to happen, is it? But you never know. Why would I go Sterling over Aguero? I mean, is Aguero definitely going to start? I feel like Sterling will. Keen on triple captain 24, but I wonder if that will kill rank gains if everyone does it. No, I feel like I have this argument with people. Not that you're arguing, but I feel like I have this argument with people every year. Like, triple captain is just worth 1 score. So it doesn't matter. Like, if you think that Salah and Mane are going to smash it, and they get 15 points, that's 15 points for your triple captainship. So do you think you can get more than 15 later in the season? It doesn't matter if you've put it on the same as everyone else. Like, if you get 15 points from Salah, that's the same as getting 15 points from Vardy. Right? Don't think I'm... Do you know what I mean? I don't think there's anything else to it, really. Based on the fixtures coming up from Game Week 24, Liverpool triple up as a season keep. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you don't have to, of course. You could go Salah Mane for the double and then switch one down, but City's fixtures are not that great over the same time that Liverpool's get really good. Not that Liverpool's are great, I don't think, for the rest of the season, but they certainly are immediately after the double. Like they have a sea of greens right up until Game Week 30, and then the fixtures aren't that bad either. And obviously, they are also the best team in the league, so that's worth getting in. I remember a couple of years ago it was Kolarov who smashed it. I mean, there's loads of defenders that have smashed it. It was Asu Okato. I think he got over 20 points one double game week as well. Don't think it's get better value than Salah or Mane in 24. It's more grumbling that so many other people will have it. Yeah, of course, but I don't know. I just wouldn't overthink it with the triple captain. You put it on who you think is going to get the most points for the rest of the season. Job done. And also, what was I going to say? You got to remember, not everyone's got their triple captainship. Not everyone's going to put it. Like, some people are considering putting it on defenders. Some will put it on Salah. Some will put it on Mane. Some will put it on Firmino. You know, loads of people will not have their triple captainship. Load of people already high up the rankings have used it. So you will get rank gains if you nail the right player. Absolutely, no doubt about There was a goalkeeper that did really well, yeah. I think you might be right there with Stoke. Like, I get, like, towards the end of the season, you go for differentials to try and get out the ranks or win leagues, but I just feel like triple captain is just... There's no overthinking needed with it. So I should say, my transfer this week is going to be Pope out. Very, very, very exciting. It does not get more exciting than a goalkeeper transfer. I still don't know who I'm bringing in. I don't think I can go Fabianski. I was thinking earlier, a few years ago, maybe even more than a few, I would 100% go Fabianski because he's got a double game week. And he obviously is a great keeper. And he's got Brighton after the double at home. But the fixtures otherwise are just rubbish. They're rubbish right up until game week 33. They're not even that great in the double. Sheffield United away and Everton at home's arguably not even that great before. But he is a great keeper. I don't think I'm going to go for him. Leno, part of me wants to go for Leno because hardly anyone will be on him. It's a bit different. I feel like at some point over the last 3 years, Arsenal defence should have been worth going for. Maybe this is the time. Arteta's in. But they might blank in game week 28. And I don't want to use another transfer on a keeper. Yeah, Fabianski does find ways to get points. I know. He is great. But I don't think I'm going to go for him. So Brighton is the other choice. Just get Matt Ryan in. Hope you smash it. He's only 0.1 million less than Fabianski. The fixtures are pretty decent. Right up until like game week 30-ish. Yeah, pretty good. Schmeichel, no can do. I've got 3 Leicester players, plus he's even more expensive. Pickford is another option, but I don't like that because he's 5.3, which is pretty expensive. And they also have like a few greens and then loads of red fixtures. Now I know the fixture tick is not always accurate on the Premier League, but Arsenal, United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Leicester, Spurs in 7 game weeks is pretty bad for Everton. So that's the other issue with getting Calvert-Lewin as well. He's good for a few weeks, but then not so sure around game week 27-ish. There's not going to be too many other players I can move to. Yeah, Ryan, I think Henderson's a good option too, but I'm still, and I know I said this before and they did really well. Again, I'm just not sure about the double up on Sheffield United. The thing is, again, if I knew exactly when I was wildcarding, it'd be a lot easier to make the decision because so Sheffield United have West Ham at home this week, decent. Then it's Arsenal away, Man City at home, so that's pretty tough. But then they've got like a sea of green fixtures up until game week 31. But then around game week 31, 32, 33, could be wildcarding. Who knows? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like I'm not trying to make this into this big suspense. What keeper will I bring in? But I'm pretty much going to bring in Ryan. Like, I'm not trying to make this into a big suspense to make it more exciting. It's a goalkeeper transfer. It couldn't be any less exciting. Ramsdale is a no-go for me. I've got Rico and Bournemouth are awful. So Ramsdale, like, he could do well. And to be fair, like, I'm taking out Pope and I'm pretty happy with that. But like Pope's on 75 points. He's only 6 points behind Ryan. So it's not like he's been awful. It's not like Ryan's done much better recently. Obviously, he's had tougher fixtures, but I mean, Pope, Burnley at bottom of the fixture ticker for the rest of the season. He's only got 2 scores above 6 in the last 8, so it's pretty bad. But Leno, not Leno. Henderson though, Henderson's interesting. Double Sheffield. The other problem with Henderson is I've still got it in my head that at some point this season, Sheffield United will remember that they are a newly promoted side and they shouldn't be allowed to keep clean sheets. But at the same time, I should also think to myself, we're 20 weeks into the season. They've been great all season. What is going to change? And just go for it with those great fixtures. And a double up's always nice as well. It's always nice when it comes off. So Pope versus Henderson, maybe Henderson's the one to go for, and I ignore the fact I got Lundstrom as well. I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you in suspense. Robertson to Van Dijk to allow Ali to Salah. Yeah, I don't think that's that bad of a downgrade to us. It's a bit annoying though, if there's no other way you can do it, to have to trade out a Liverpool player when you know you definitely want them in a couple of weeks. Why is double Sheffield United lunacy? Also, what does it mean if someone's got a verified? That's not the Seb, surely. What is verified? How do I get verified? Fabianski going to break hearts when he gets a pen save from Salah. Seb, if that's the real Seb, you need to send me a tweet. I need to know. Sell Jimenez for Calvin. Nah, you're not selling Jimenez before Newcastle, surely. Come on. Don't forget to hashtag it. He knows. How long before they sack Solskjaer? I don't think they will. Who's the best team in Manchester? I mean, Man City. It has been for ages. Only like the diehard of red tinted glasses would think Man United are still the best. Like, I don't think they'll sack Solskjaer before the summer, but it has to win against Norwich. But it's just we just have an awful squad. Like, would Pochettino come in and make a difference with this squad? Probably, yeah. But it's still awful for him long term. Like Pogba, he's just not coming back, is he? And then, yeah, Rashford, Martial, fine. Whatever. I don't think they're going to sack him, though. Ashley Young, I mean, I know there was a lot of talk about that being embarrassing because he rejected. But, I mean, he rejected because he's going to get a longer contract, isn't he? He's going to play on a bit longer in Italy. So it's not really to do with Man United being rubbish. I disagree that Solskjaer has no tactics. He has a tactic. It's try and counter-attack. And the second tactic is just pray if that doesn't work. Can we discuss more Pay and Calvert-Lewin? I discussed them quite a bit on the preview this week. My favourite, I think, is Calvert-Lewin. Like, if you look at it, like, Morpay, I know they've had slightly tougher fixtures, Brighton, but he's only had like 2 shots in the box in the last 4 game weeks, which is it's very low. Calvert-Lewin's had like 11 or 12 in the same. Basically, Calvert-Lewin's stats are on par with Ings. He's in a better team as well, Everton. So I think Calvert-Lewin. Morpay's on penalties, yeah, fair enough, but I guess how many penalties are Brighton going to win, maybe? But yeah, I like Calvert-Lewin. That's who I would be getting in, personally. I do like Morpay. I had him earlier in the season, to be honest. He was getting a lot of shots away, but they seem to have dried up. So I think Calvert-Lewin right now. Oh, Phil Jones will start. Oh, no one wants to see those words. Oh, by the way, there are 3 polls if you want to go and check them out, which I completely forgot to say half an hour ago when we started the stream. So your Gameweek22 captain, the best 2-week Ali punt replacement, and the best Pope replacement as well. I was waiting for that Morpay moment like every episode. Hey, I haven't talked about Morpay for ages, at least not for my team. Hasn't happened. But yeah, go and vote on the polls, top right hand corner, click that little eye. I will go through them soon. And also, while you're doing that, make sure to click like on the stream, and let's go through. Oh, sugar. Oh, I'm gonna have to apologise. I've lost my Patreon image. I think oh, hang on. Where did I put it? Hang on. Oh, I didn't lose it. It's right here. I'll move things around. Let's do some testing. If you want to check out Patreon, support the stream a little bit further, there is a link in the description below. Thanks to everyone that's supported so far, including all the producers that are on stream right now. There's a Slack invite as well. if you sign up to the right tier. Lots of chat going on there, lots of discussion. That's what I was talking about, captains and stuff earlier. So if you want to check it out, click that link in the description below. And I'll send out the Slack invites as soon as possible. And obviously league invites have gone out for January, but if you sign up now, you'll be in time for February as well. All right. Boom, and we're back. Stream's not over. We're still here. Grealish out and Jay Matthews in. No one's getting rid of Grealish, are they? He's done so well. If Man United can only sign one player they're currently linked with in January, who would we want it to be? I mean, who are we linked with? Everyone under the sun, probably. So I'll go for Martial. If Ollie loses against Norwich, yeah. We'll see. Callum Wilson says, Callum Wilson, honestly, if he goes and smashes it the next few weeks, that would be pretty funny. That would be pretty damn funny. We'll see. The thing is, as soon as he does well, all we need is him to score a couple of goals in the next game week, and he will be a massive bandwagon. If you have Van Dijk in your defence, then is it worth changing to Trent, or is it too sideways? I mean, I think if you did like, I don't think that's too sideways, no. Especially if you've not got too many other transfers to make. The thing is, I think if you rank Liverpool options for the double game week, Trent is top 3. He's 100% third for sure. You could even argue he's number 2 because you can only captain one of Mane or Salah. So I think one of the attackers, one of Mane and Salah has to be the top. Then you could, I'm not going to sit here and argue it either way, but you could argue that Trent's number 2. If not, he's definitely number 3 option. So is that sideways? And I think longer term it's a great pick as well because it's not like a West Ham situation. You're getting a West Ham player for the double. You're going to want shot of them straight after that Brighton game, pretty much. Unless David Moyes is going to perform an absolute miracle and get them to be FPL heroes, which is, I say, unlikely. So yeah, it's different with Liverpool, best team in the league, etc., etc. You don't need me to tell you that. But great fixtures after the double as well. What do I reckon about Sarr as a regular start? I wouldn't worry about... I mean, he looks like a good option. In general, I wouldn't. I mean, most people who ask that kind of question is because of the price. Same with me and Traore. You don't want to play them every week because of their price, but if he's good, he's good. And if he lets you, I mean, I've got Traore in because I want to get another Liverpool player in. So if it enables you elsewhere, go for it. You woke up with Wilson in your team after a heavy night. I hope it pays off for you. It would make things interesting if it does. Because right now, I'll tell you what's going to happen next week. Everyone's got Rashford. Not everyone, okay, but everyone who owns Rashford is seeing Norwich at home. Okay, I'll keep. Next week it's Liverpool away. I'll get rid. Everyone's looking for money for Liverpool double game week. Everyone's looking at more pay in Calvert-Lewin, which is why they keep coming up in the chat. But Callum Wilson, if he could smash a couple of goals against Watford, he then has Norwich, Brighton, Villa, Sheffield United away, Burnley away, which is tough enough. But he has 3 great fixtures. So he would maybe give people money to get Man United players. So I think people would be tempted. 1 goal, 1 assist, or 2 goals this weekend. Watch the bandwagon start, I'm telling you. Leicester have the worst home expected goals in the likes of Wolves, Man United, Arsenal, Sheffield United, Chelsea, even Burnley and Southampton. What kind of timeline is that over? Because I know early on in the season, I've not checked recently, but I know early on in the season, Leicester were really low down for the amount of shots they were having. But of course, Vardy, being Vardy, was smashing them in anyway. So I wouldn't be too worried about that. I do think... I don't know, I do feel like there's an element of trying to think of reasons not to captain Vardy. It's probably overthinking, but obviously if Maddison is out, if he does miss out, that will be, that will make it worse for Leicester. Are we sure Calvert-Lewin will get proper game time every week? I think we're pretty confident at this point. I mean, basically, when Silva went, he started getting good minutes with Duncan Ferguson. I can't remember exactly when Silva went. But since game week 14, he's pretty much... Well, since game week 16, he's played 90 minutes every week. Game week 15, he played 59, and 14, he played 77. So his minutes have been pretty good recently. And more importantly, in that time, he has no assists, but 3 goals in the last 5 games. And they've played City, Arsenal, and Man United. So he scored his goals in the Burnley-Newcastle game, which obviously the 2 easier fixtures. So, yeah, I think he's looking good. Nice, Seb. Cheers for tuning in. Say good luck to Spencer with all the streaming and stuff. Am I being too? Oh Jesus, that should be much easier to say. Too cheeky, captain in Sterling over Vardy. I don't think so. I think it's a good option this week. I may switch to De Bruyne. We'll see. We'll see. I think a lot of people are overlooking Firmino. I know. I mean, I've barely talked about him because I just feel like if you're getting anyone, I can't sit here. How much money? I always talk about how much money would I put on an outcome. It tells me how much or how likely I think it will happen. Can you really bet outside of Salah, Mane, Trent, or Robertson? I mean, it could pay off. Absolutely, you could get Gomez. You could get bonus points in both games. Trent and Robbo get yellow cards, and they don't get any attacking returns, and Gomez wins. But if they play those 2 games over and over, how often does Gomez win? Firmino. So he's got a lot of his goals. I think he's got all his goals away from home this season. So certainly not a bad option because they're 2 away games in double. But how many points have Mane and Salah got away from home? Do you know what I mean? If you go for Firmino, I think you're going to the game week worried. You could come out on top. I don't think you'd be that confident of it happening. That's what I would say. I don't want to sit here and tell people not to get Firmino because Liverpool players are great. There's no reason Firmino can't get points, but it just doesn't happen as often as with the rest. So, where would I rate? So I'd have Salah, Mane, Trent are the 3 best. Whatever order you want to put them in, they're the 3 best options. Then Van Dijk, and then I maybe even put Gomez ahead of Firmino, just because Firmino's like 9 odd million. How much is he exactly? 9.3. It's a lot of money. I know it's an easy switch from Rashford, but yeah. I don't know. Definitely put him behind Van Dijk. Maybe even behind Gomez. Maybe that's a little bit harsh. A little bit harsh, maybe. Will I finish in the top 1,000? It seems extremely unlikely. Do I think Vardy will perform? Yes. I would go for Firmino if I was your right now. Huge differential, nothing to lose. I don't agree. I mean, we've nearly got... We've got nearly, what? It's game week 22, game week 38, 17 game weeks to go. There's nearly half the season left to go. I've still got my triple captainship. I want to absolutely maximise that. Am I going to triple captain Firmino? Hell no. I'm going to triple captain Mane or Salah. My plan, actually, my longer term thinking is... So I know wildcard, there's a strategy going around like game week 36 to bench boost. But that seems like a long time to wait for a team that's ranked 500k. So I'm basically going to see what position I'm in after the Liverpool double game week, because that'll be game week 24 gone. Then there'll be 14 game weeks left of the season. You know, how much has triple captain propelled me up the rankings? Has it done anything for me? Have I messed it up again? And at that point, if I'm still ranked low, I'm going to have to think of something drastic just to try and get up. Will my phone get hacked again? My phone didn't get hacked. I mean, you're saying that as if like I hacked myself or did it myself. Like, why would someone who's played for 10 years and makes YouTube videos make 90 odd transfers? There is literally nothing I gained from doing that, apart from a couple of likes on Twitter. You have to get rid of one of these players for the rest of the season. Which one is it? De Bruyne, Mane or Vardy? I mean, that's really tough because the first one that comes into my head is De Bruyne. But he's the top scoring player, isn't he? Yeah, just ahead of Mane still. Oh no, sorry, Vardy's the top scorer still, 144. Yeah, it's tough. Because Vardy's fixtures are great, and then the end of the season it's pretty bad. Whereas De Bruyne's are pretty bad, but then they're great end. So I guess De Bruyne may be more consistent. I definitely wouldn't lose Mane. Yeah, between Vardy or De Bruyne is tough. I really do. Vardy's always going to play. He's always on penalties. But De Bruyne is De Bruyne. Surely you're saving the triple captain for a tasty Brighton double game week. Fingers crossed for another. Shane Duffy's not even in the team that often these days, is he? Has to be a dunk triple captain. Okay, I'm going to do the polls in like... Well, I'm basically going to do the polls in like 30 seconds. I'm going to refresh them in a sec. The Ali situation is such a headache. I think I'm being swayed by the community that he's not a good option. Yeah, I mean, he's... I don't know. He had that purple patch. And he's had like, what, 1 goal in the last 5 game weeks? Now, to be fair, if you go back further, if you go back like 10 game weeks, he's had 4 goals and 3 assists, which is pretty decent. But the last 5, not great. And it's Liverpool next, and Man City in the next 4. And Watford away, which isn't even that easy right now. And they've lost Kane. Is Ali on pens? Is he the next one up? Let me have a look on the set pieces on Fantasy Football Scout. He could be on penalties. You could be right there. So yeah, maybe that could work, but I don't know. They've lost Kane. Fixtures aren't great, really. I don't know. I think what you got to remember with Ali is, for a lot of people, and this includes me, is I would have kept him last week, but I had 2 free transfers and I needed to find money for my third Liverpool player longer term. So I was thinking quite long term already when I transferred Ali out. And a lot of people are in that situation where they're looking for money and they've got Mane, they've got De Bruyne, they've got Salah, whoever, and it's easier to it's easy just to get rid of Ali. So I think that's why a lot of people are doing it. So I wouldn't, if you don't need to get rid of him and you think he's a good option, you should keep him. But I can see why people are getting rid of him. Wait, you're surprised that Rashford scored more points than Mane? He hasn't, has he? No, 122. He's scored more points than Salah though. Wow. Jesus. How many games has Salah missed? 1, 2, just 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Salah's missed. Okay, I could just look at the minutes, couldn't I? Salah's played 1,439 minutes. Rashford played 1,800, 400 minutes more. Still though, that is consistency. He's going to smash it against Norwich. Okay, polls. Polls. Come on. Okay. So your Gameweek 22 captain, Vardy is smashing the polls, 61%. 13% on De Bruyne and Aguero. 10% Salah, Mane. 7% on someone else and 6% on Rashford, Martial. So Man United nearly as high up as Liverpool, but and De Bruyne looks like it could be a bit of a differential. But Vardy, clear winner. Best 2-week Ali punt replacement, 41% saying Richarlison. So quite a lot of love for him. 28% saying Mahrez or David Silva. Obviously, advantage there of having 2 players in one poll answer. 16% on Son. I mean, Liverpool this week doesn't look great, but he could be a punt long term. 7% saying just keep Ali, and 6% on Pepe. 6% on Pepe, interesting. Best Pope replacement, Matt Ryan, 43%. We talked about it earlier. 22% on Fabianski. Only 13% for Henderson. 15% for someone else. And 5% for Leno. So there you go. Only 3 polls today. But yeah, in terms of streams and stuff, we're back to normal-ish now. So when does this game week end? Sunday. Yeah, so we'll have a normal Sunday stream. Normal content next week, normal Sunday stream the week after, and then we're into a midweek game. But then we've got a little bit of a break to the next one, and then we got that really weird. I don't know what content I'm going to do in that second week of the game week that's spread over 2 weeks. I bet there's loads of people that don't even realise that. So for game week 26, it starts on February the 8th. It doesn't finish until Monday the 17th. So it's spread over 2 weeks. Well, you know what I mean. It starts on one Saturday, and then the next Saturday is still the same game week. This mic should sound great. This is the same mic I've had forever. Maybe I need to speak a bit, but you can hear me breathing. No one wants to hear that. So I have it down here. It's a bit more echoey. I don't know. I'm getting a mic stand though, so maybe I'll just put it right in front of my face, like here. The problem is as well, it's on the desk, so anything I do, yeah. When I transfer in Salah now, I'll punt someone else for 2 weeks. I'd probably just get it done. I know the fixtures aren't ideal, but I'll probably just get it done. Don't do that, sorry. I hope I didn't break people with headphones on. What's my revised overall rank tag? I don't know. I think I'm going to take it from game week 24 and then go. And then decide on my overall rank. I mean, I probably do have to get more realistic soon. Like, I'm probably not going to finish top 10k, which kind of sucks, to be honest. It's been a grueling few weeks, like just going absolutely nowhere. And I have definitely made bad decisions. Like, not saying it's not saying it's been all bad luck and that's it. I've made really bad decisions, like Son in just to get him straight back out again, not getting Lundstram a wild card. I don't know. I can't remember stuff more recently, but it's still half the season to go, so you never know. I'm not giving up just yet. Top 100k, yeah, that'd be good. I mean, top 50k would be nice, I guess, at this point. Top 50k could be doable. Just need that. The problem I guess I'm having is I'm not really sure right now where the really good differentials are. Like, I was on Ings pretty early, and he's absolutely smashed it. Maddison's been super consistent. I've had De Bruyne for ages. Rashford's done okay. But obviously I took out Trent Alexander. I mean, Trent Alexander, I'm talking about bad mistakes. Obviously taking him out. Awful. But yeah, I'll have a think. I just think I don't need to do anything too drastic just yet. But after game week 24, if I'm still down in the doldrums, I might have to forget it. Yeah, buying Maguire last minute. I mean, there's a lot of mistake, right? I mean, I can tell you right now. But I put this site in the chat because it doesn't matter how many times I tweet about it or talk about it. It seems like no one knows about it. Hang on. What's this about? Anyway, that livefpl.net, you can see your live rank and it'll also tell you how far away you are from the top 10k. So I am... Oh, what? It's not telling me. Why is it not telling me? Is that because the game week's finished? Ah, live totals. Ah, no, I can't see. I'm 100 odd points behind. So it ain't good. Yeah, that website is a bit it is a bit addictive, to be honest, when the games are on. Like, I was with the Liverpool game, I was like, when Salah scored, I was on a red arrow, and then when Mane scored, I was on a 100k green arrow, And then it kept going down like 10k. Like there was a yellow card here or there, then the bonus changed. Gotta stop looking at it, seriously. Right, I am going to leave it there. Thanks very much for tuning in. Make sure you give it a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new around here, all that normal stuff. If you want to check out Patreon, there's a link in the description below. And also check out OneFootball if you haven't already. Completely free. You might as well give it a go. Just search OneFootball in the Android, iOS stores, or just click the link in the description below. It'll take you straight through to it. This will be me done on this channel for this week. I'm doing the team news stream tomorrow on Fantasy Football Scout. And then I'll have another stream on Sunday. That'll be the normal knee-jerk stream looking ahead to Gameweek 23 and hopefully a green arrow. Good night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. It's been great. It's been too long since the last stream, but we're back to a bit of normality for a few weeks at least. So I will see you all on Sunday.